What's up, guys? I'm Ryan with Ryan Epps Fishing. Now on today's video, we are back out on old tracker. We got it out on Douglas Lake, and we're gonna be looking for some shallow pre-spawn bass. So, whew, I'm ready. Y'all sit back, relax. Hope y'all enjoy today's video. Go. See them shad up there shallow. Real shallow. Got the fluke out. There's the first one of the morning. So we can build off of it. Basically, I just wanted to start out this morning. We've had some rain here, and this is just a little runoff, a creek that flows into the lake here. And a lot of times when you get some warm rain, especially early on in the spring, the bait and the bass too will flock into these areas, these warm water discharges, and all that warm rainwater. Can be pretty killer. Yeah, Lord. Not gonna do it right there. Little bitty fella. These fish are tiny. We're fixing to move on. I don't want to get hung up on this. Oh, he's barely little. Oh, one treble. Come here. Yes. you go. So we left the discharge, the water discharge area this morning where we had that fresh warm water coming in. Caught a few fish there, but wasn't exactly the size we were looking for. So I basically pulled out my next step to breaking this down is I wanted to start running some main lake flats, specifically some main lake flats that had some pockets in it. So we tied on the lipless, started covering a little water. There you go. So see what we can do. Oh, that was a decent little fish. All right, I think we're finally starting to kind of put it together here. Got that one. Oh, that's a good one right there. Yep. Come here. Come here. Boom. Woo! On the old chatterbait. We are definitely making some progress. All right. All right, guys, let's talk about what worked today. Now, we're having to cut today short. Fishing around there a little bit, and as you all saw in the video there, we're having some trouble out of the trolling motor. Don't really know what the deal is. I'm thinking it might be the breaker back there, an electrical wire issue, connection issue back there at the batteries. Something to do with that. At least hopefully that's what it is. When you hit the button to engage the propeller, it's flipping the breaker. I think anyway. So I don't know. We'll have to get back to the house and put it in the shop there and see if we can figure out what's going on with that. In fact, I actually just got that trolling motor back from the shop. It was making a grinding noise when you would pan it to the right. So it's been in the shop for 2 weeks. That's why there hadn't been any videos out. I hadn't had a trolling motor. So we were out for 2 weeks for that. They had to replace the whole steering housing, best I could tell. They just replaced it and put a new one in there. No big deal. I mean, it was under warranty, so can't complain too much about that. But I don't know. Now we got a little bit of a power issue. Anyway, we'll get it straightened out. So having to cut the day short, not gonna get to finish out what we had going there and see if we could run across anything else. But we were out here today. We put a few fish in the boat, and let's talk about what we caught them on. The deal today, we've had a warming trend. A lot of these flats are starting to pick up in activity. A lot of your baits running over on the flats and stuff. You'll see that a little bit here and there. These flats are a player in the spring. They always are. So basically I was trying to catch fish that have pulled up on those flats, started feeding on some bait fish and stuff up there. There's a fine line there between staging to spawn and fish that have just pulled up there to feed. Okay, Personally today, I think we just caught some fish that had just pulled up there when that sun was high about midday. They pulled up there to take advantage of the bait fish that were up there. I don't think we really own any staging fish today, you know, pre-spawn stagers. I think we were just taking advantage of fish that had pulled up there to take advantage of the shad that were up there. And there is quite a few shad up here in the shallow water. Now, all of our fish today came really shallow. I mean real shallow. Most of the bites that I had were in you know, 2 foot of water, 3 foot of water. One of our keepers was in probably 1 foot of water. Just really shallow. But you know, you'll have opportunities like that when you get that warming trend in that shallow water and the bait pushes up there, and then you got the stained water on top of that. You know, you'll generally have an opportunity to catch a few fish shallow. And you know, we got a front rolling in this week. It's supposed to be dumping a whole lot of water down, and you know, it's really going to muddy this lake up, especially the upper end of this lake, and that's going to change things. But basically, we just had the trolling motor on high today. Now, I was looking for high percentage areas, flats with pockets going into them. You know, I like a flat that has got multiple pockets for them to pull into. A flat that's got a little bit of mixture of gravel and hard bottom areas, you know, throughout the distance of it. And we were basically just running around. I was going around looking at my side imaging and finding these little gravel beds and you know, little hard spot areas on the flat. And you know, usually where that would run into a creek channel where there was a pocket off the flat, a little bit steeper bank, that's where we were finding our fish. Now, most of the bites that I had today, which wasn't a pile of them, came on a lipless crankbait. That right there is a Booyah 1-knocker. Really good little lipless bait right there. You got to play around with these lipless baits. Sometimes there's no rhyme or reason to why they'll want one over the other. But today all our fish came on a 1-knocker, but you got to play around with it. You know, one day they'll prefer a standard old Bill Lewis trap, one day they'll prefer a red-eye shad, one day they'll prefer that Booyah 1-knocker. There's a bunch of different lipless baits out there, but that's a really effective bait right there for covering this shallow water. You know, I'm throwing that out, I'm holding my rod tip up just about at a 45-degree angle, and I'm basically just yo-yoing that bait. You know, varying my speed until I figure out what they want. The retrieve today, yo-yoing that bait through those little hard bottom areas, that gravel, those gravel patches and stuff, seemed to be the deal. Lost several fish on that. You know, that's just the nature of it. We lost another keeper on up the lake a little bit on that bait, but I don't know. You take what you can get. Now, the setup that I'm throwing that on, that is a 7'6" medium heavy Duckett cranking rod. I've got that paired up with an Abu Garcia Revo SX. That's a 6-to-1 gear ratio. You'll see me throw a lipless bait on a 6-to-1 and a 7-to-1. If I'm wanting to burn that bait, a lot of times I'll throw it on a 7-to-1. I really should have been throwing it on a 7-to-1 today. Now, the other bait that you saw me catch one on, I think it was probably our best fish, was a chatterbait. Now, me and a buddy of mine, we make our own chatterbaits. That's something we've done for a couple years now. But you can see it's just a standard chatterbait. That's a 1/2 ounce right there. And you know, we've been pouring up our own, mainly just, you know, to save money. $20 jackhammers, it gets a little old paying that after a while. And they are extremely good chatterbaits, but we've caught a lot of fish on ours right there that we've made at the house, and we're happy with them. So that's the deal there. But you could do the same thing with any old chatterbait that you got out there. Basically working that chatterbait the exact same way that I'm working that lipless bait. It's just a little bit different presentation. and I can slow this bait way down right there and still get a thump. I actually picked up this bait up there when I got up there in a little bit more stained water. It's got a little bit more thump to it. And we were able to put one of our fish in the boat up there doing that. So, the setup that I'm throwing this on right here, this is a Duckett Triad. This is a 7-foot medium heavy. Got that paired up with I got that paired up with 12-pound Sunline Assassin, and I've got it on a Diawa Tatula 100 6-to-1 gear ratio reel. So that's the deal. We didn't hammer them today, but we got out, we found a few, we caught a few. Happy. Well, not totally happy. Trolling motor's not happy. So I don't know, we'll get back to the house, we'll get that straightened out, and then we got to get back out here because things are getting good. You can tell things are clicking, things are getting right, water's getting right. You know, like to see the water level stabilize a little bit, but you know, that's one of these deals. TVA Lake, springtime, you can guarantee that the water level is going to get jacked up, down, up, down, up, down, and it confuses the hell out of me, it confuses the hell out of the fish, and you know, things change every day. That's why it's really hard to stay consistent in the spring, because we got so many factors playing into it. Fish moving, water going up and down, water clarity, dirty, clear, in between. You've got a lot of things happening, a lot of things changing day to day. So, you know, you basically just got to keep grinding, keep searching, and you know, this is the time of year I like to fish pretty fast. If they're up there shallow and they're on a deal like they're on the flats, then I like to kick the speed up. I like to fish fast when they're like that and just cover water to be able to put the fish in the boat you're wanting to catch. So anyway, we gotta go work on trolling motor. That's all I got for y'all today, guys. If you like the videos, make sure you go hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit that notification bell. It's going to let you all know when I put out all my new videos. If you got any questions or comments, feel free to leave those in the comment section down below. I will get back to y'all with any answers I can give you. Until next time, y'all make some time, get out there on the water and catch you a few. I'm Ryan Epps. Y'all have a good one.